And we are back on this Monday, President's Day edition. We ain't off, you know what I mean? But we are in the building here at Crown Global Media Studios here doing All Right Podcast, Draft Edition. Bryan Broaddus sitting on the side of the mothership there. I'm on the Iron Throne. Everything cool, sir?
Everything's great, sir. Great to be with you as always, man.
I got a question before we get into some of your work. We got 5 players to watch today.
Yeah.
You got Combine next week.
I've got Combine next week. I leave. We've got a normal show on Monday, and then Tuesday I will be on my way to Indianapolis. So we'll probably have to do something maybe a little bit later that night. Maybe we'll do an old school way of doing it, like you and I used to do it.
Just pop up,
or we might have to knock out a couple of shows on Monday. We'll figure that out when we get there. But yeah, I'll be at the Combine starting Tuesday through Friday.
Well. You didn't, you know, the radio guys, they don't always send you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they send you to go do baseball.
Send me baseball. Yeah, I'm still doing baseball, by the way.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm still doing baseball.
You don't mind doing baseball. You just don't want to miss the Combine.
I tell you, I don't want to miss the Combine.
Yeah.
I absolutely, if you gave me a choice to go do Radio Row at the Super Bowl or Combine Radio Row, I'm going with the Combine every single time.
Bryan, this is our first time in studio talking about this. As a seasoned scout eye character, you've been doing this since I've been born, literally.
Right.
I was born in 92.
Right.
That's when you started. What are you looking for when you go to the Combine?
I tell you what, I learned so much. Watch me camp out by that bus over there at
Jerry and them bus?
Yeah, Jerry and them's bus. Watch me camp out over there and kind of see what's going on with that place. But you learn so much when you go to the Combine. And, you can watch the player evaluations, or the workouts actually through the NFL Network and stuff, which is really, really cool. You can kind of see how guys are moving around. But you also get the chance to have face-to-face interviews. The league does a great job of bringing those players through, so you could go to the podium and you can ask specific questions. Maybe you're watching some tape on a player and you're kind of like, well, hey, I saw you play in this game. And you kind of get an idea of maybe what they were thinking or a tough matchup. I've always looked at this too as sometimes they ask questions of these kids like, well, who's the toughest matchup you ever had?
Yeah. And
the kid will tell you, well, when I was at Alabama, we played, this kid at, LSU or a kid at Florida, and so to go back and maybe watch those games. Maybe that wasn't something that was absolutely the best game. Yeah. But the Combine, you learned so much because everybody in the National Football League is there. General managers, scouts are there. You can walk with them. I've walked with scouts before from Lucas Oil all the way to their hotel. That's about a 7-8 minute walk. You can learn a lot along the way when you go there and do media stuff. So it's very exciting. Looking forward to being on with you and kind of talking about things that I'm hearing, things I'm seeing, information that we're getting there. So I appreciate the question because I do love the Combine.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to, just so everybody's clear, we're going to come in here and we're going to do our shows on the regular. I'm going to be at home for the most part.
Yeah.
So maybe if like some emergency shit happen, well, Bryan, Ayo Voch, I heard some shit. Yeah. We need to go live. So y'all might get 2 shows a day.
Yeah.
I ain't going to guarantee and promise nothing, you know what I'm saying? But you should be getting extra content because Bryan's going to be hearing things and we're going to correspond. Right. And we're going to figure all this out on the fly. So be sure to tap in with that. Bryan had a question scenario situation for me.
Yeah.
And Bryan thinks I'm a deep thinker.
I will. I'll give you the deep thinker on that one. What I want to know is, people have started to kind of ask me about the draft and then pending free agency. And then how would you address certain situations? And I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys defense. And Voch, what I want to know from you, I've got 4 positions solid, maybe a 5th one. Right now, I don't want you to tell me the player, but I want you to tell me how you would address it, whether it's free agency or address it with the draft.
For sure.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm gonna give you these positions before we get started into our college scouting stuff. But I want to know if I ask you. Say we're into a 3-4 front or odd man front here. Okay, so we're kind of thinking about it this way. Left outside linebacker. So that would be kind of your rush guy. Yeah. How are you addressing the left outside linebacker spot because
So let's do this.
that was kind of like a Clowney situation. That was, say, Clowney, Houston, that group.
Let me ask you this. Is this exercise about limited resources? Like I'm going to
No,
draft
no,
two,
no,
and maybe sign
no.
some,
You-
just whatever I prefer.
Whatever you prefer. If you tell me if you could address this,
Sure.
would you address it in free agency
Got you.
or would you address it with draft picks?
You ready?
Go, left outside linebacker.
The correct answer is both. The correct answer is both.
Sure.
But here's my big context in all this, right? Every answer I give you is going to come back to this.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dak Prescott got 3 more elite years in him.
Okay.
I'm not concerned about the 5-year first contract over rookie.
Right.
I'm thinking about the next 3 years. Also, why that's important to me is because I'm thinking more, when I'm thinking about draft picks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking more about the guys that can help me right now that have a higher floor. I was on another show talking about this, right? Think about the difference between Tyler Guyton and Tyler Booker.
Mm-hmm.
We're year 3 into Tyler Guyton. Like, okay, he's gotten a little better. We knew that he had to develop some phenomenal feet coming out of college, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he got to work on some of his technique things, but we're year 3 into figuring that out, and we got question marks. Nobody in this building worry about Tyler Booker next year.
Yeah.
Nobody. Here, back there, security up front, the lady vacuum in the hall, the man blowing the leaves right now.
Yeah.
Nobody here is worried about year 2 Booker right now.
Right.
I'm looking for floor guys that's going to help me. Booker's a floor guy.
Right.
And he's going to get better.
Right.
So with that being said, I want my outside linebacker, pass rusher, edge guy.
Mm-hmm.
You need both. I want you to draft depth as well, but I'm valuing the outside help right now.
Okay.
Because when you look at pass rushes, even if you draft a guy, right? Donovan Ezeraku didn't roll out the bed great.
Yeah.
Guys like, off the top of my head, like Dallas Turner.
Yeah.
Our guy that went to the Giants, the second overall
Carter.
pick, Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
Big time prospect.
Yeah.
Man, he ain't really tear it up in year 1 like that, Brian.
Right.
But when you think about Seattle, like their guys, right? Uchenna Nwosu been in the league for like 8 years or something.
Sure.
And just off his veteran savvy alone has had more success than Abdul Carter in his first year, of course. And Abdul Carter probably going to be much better than Uchenna Nwosu in 5 or 6 years. But in this window where Dak Prescott is an old man and he got 3 more elite years in my mind, I'm thinking about bringing back Clowney. There's some news we're going to talk about tomorrow.
Your whole defensive philosophy this year.
Sure.
So it doesn't matter what player I say or what position I say, you're basing all this on Dak Prescott.
100%. Brian, say for example, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say the Cowboys draft R.M. Thomas.
Yeah.
Or Mason Thomas.
Or Mason Thomas.
In
Oklahoma.
Let's say that the Cowboys draft him at 20.
Right.
I want him to be my 4th best rusher. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm drafting him with premium draft capital, I want him to be my 4th best guy. I want Mesdo to be my 4th best guy. Why? Because I want Clowner to be better. I want Donovan Ezeraku to be better than him. And I want us to find another free agent. Let's say Bradley Chubb. He's the news that's out.
Right.
I want those 3 guys to be better than whatever rookie I got right now, whether we drafting a rookie at pass rusher or not.
Do you trust like a guy like Houston who's going to stay, who's got
James Houston?
Yeah.
I think James Houston should be better than a year 1 rusher.
Okay.
And he was better than Donovan Ezeraku.
Sure.
Well, Donovan Ezeraku was a much better run defender at some point.
Right.
But if we in pass rush land, we talking about standing. Man, James Houston gave you a little more.
Yeah.
In a long run from a guy that we thought was going to come in the league and get 9 sacks, Brian.
Right.
So for your exercise, standing outside linebacker edge guy, I want that to be a veteran. Outside free agent.
Okay. Outside free agency. Okay. Right inside linebacker. And this is the Murray position.
Yeah.
And so right now under contract, you have a guy like Logan Wilson. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about the right inside linebacker position, knowing that likely Overshone is going to be the one opposite that position?
I can deal with that being a young guy, as long as that young guy is smart, because I think inside linebackers greatly depend on them knowing whatever scheme you're running. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So here's my caveat to that. Like if it's like Nakobe Dean or something, Dean knows what Christian Parker's about to operate with.
Try to, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe like that's the outlier or whatever. But like if I'm gonna get a rookie inside linebacker, I feel confident in him because Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark in front of him. Mm-hmm. Overshown is next to him, and there should be some elevated sense of DBs behind them with these new coaches that we have.
Okay.
So I feel comfortable drafting a linebacker. And look, that could be at 12. Styles is a name that can go at 12. Yeah. That can be 20. I feel good about Goldie, Hill.
Yeah. The whole thing with Goldie, that to me, there's a lot of momentum.
They've been talking about Goldie.
No. You've been on that momentum. Okay. So you're more open.
Can I say something to you too?
Go ahead.
Jacksonville came out and said that Travis Hunter's going to be playing more corner and part-time receiver. Yeah. Me and you fought about that a little bit. I ain't trying to be that guy.
Yeah. You know what? I kind of felt like the wear and tear at corner would
impact
him a little more. I was worried about his frame. Yeah. Having hits.
Peanut Butter gonna fix that though. Yeah, they're gonna get him big and strong. Oh. But please, I'm sorry, I just had to go ahead. But Golday's kind of moving up a little bit, right?
Sure.
Do you think Golday could find himself in a late first round conversation?
Oh, there's people. I mean, I was on the show this morning with Love of the Star with Zach Wolchuk, and we were talking about linebackers. Yeah. We were talking about the Hills, the Allens, and he brought up your Cincinnati guy. And you're starting to see a lot more momentum for that. So, okay, recap just so far. Mm-hmm. Outside help at the veteran at the edge. Young guy help.
I take a rookie
in the inside at the inside linebacker spot.
Because you got D tackles for days that'll help those guys.
Okay, I'm going to combine the position of safety.
Okay,
and you surely could use a strong safety because of the situation with Wilson.
Yeah.
You don't want him playing single high, too high. You don't want all that stuff with him. Mm-hmm. And I think his contract situation is up as well.
Yeah.
So strong safety, young guy or older guy?
The correct answer is both. But for the sake of your exercise, I'm
getting too much both answers.
No, I'm not riding the fence.
I know you're not.
I'm playing your game.
But I'm kind of like teetering, like you're playing the game.
I'm playing your game.
But I like. But
I'll take both. I'll take two.
Yeah, if you want to hold me up on a corner from corner receiver, okay.
Funny you said that. I'm going right in that direction, Brian. I have an odd feeling.
Yeah.
And I kind of teed you up for this last week as well.
Sure.
I have an odd feeling that the Cowboys are going to value safety more than corner.
I think you're right about that.
I think they're going to value safety.
But I'm going to hit you on this final one.
Because think about this, Brian. We're hearing allegedly that Malik Hooker might be a cap casualty.
Yeah,
Donovan Wilson already probably out of there.
One foot in the parking lot.
You know what I'm saying? So the rest of your safety group looks like. That's why I said both. Yeah. The rest of I don't think Marquise Bell is going to excel in this system, Brian. What do you think about Clark? I think Elijah Clark. I don't know where I said this at. I think I said it here. I think Elijah Clark has a better chance of making it on this next administration.
Sure.
Than Marquise Bell, because I think this next administration is looking for versatility. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to play high and low.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I just play box safety guys. Mm-hmm. I think they out of here, Brian.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I think the guys like Wanye and Clark are undrafted free agent last year who made $500,000, so he's going to be here from Syracuse. I think those dudes have more versatility. But if it's not going to be a Hooker and Donovan Wilson here, I think that the Cowboys are going to value safety more because you know for sure that Steven is saying Revel and Bland are a part of this thing.
Yeah.
On that note then, Brian, if Bland and Revel are going to be a part of this thing, I want them to have as much help as possible.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So what makes my cornerbacks better are veteran pass rushers and veteran safeties.
Okay.
I'll take both because I could use some too high. I could use a free. Yeah. I could use a strong, and I could take Dylan Thieneman and work him around.
Yeah.
But I think smarter safeties help your corners.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And your corners aren't the shining, stars right now. You know what I'm saying? If it's up to me, I'm using one of my veteran tokens to go and give me some veteran safeties.
Even though you're sitting here telling me.
I take both.
Even though you're telling me
Where do we talk about Wheatley?
That's what I'm saying.
Do we talk
You're
about
gonna
Wheatley?
you're gonna tell me about Wheatley. You're gonna tell me about Thieneman. You're gonna tell me about McNeil Warren from Toledo. You're gonna tell me about Ramsey. You're gonna tell me about Halsey. You're gonna tell me about all these guys.
Because here's the big business, Brian. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I wish I had my damn Don DeMarco button. I'll smack the table. In past Cowboys administrations, you needed 3 corners.
Yeah.
I think now you need 3 safeties. Don DeMarco. I think you need 3 safeties now. You need some high guys.
Yeah.
And you need a big nickel safety type guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my veterans could be, we'll just say Malik Hooker said, hey, I'll play for $1 million. Please have me back. Yeah. And Minka Fitzpatrick or something. Yeah. Caleb Downs can play the nickel for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. He can play robber. He can roam around. He do linebacker stuff sometimes.
Okay, well, the next position I'm going to ask you about then instead of safeties is the nickel back.
Sure.
Because you asked me the question the other day.
Yep.
They're looking at corners. They're looking at safety.
I don't think the Cowboys are going to play with a true nickel corner until they play dime.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to play with a real nickel corner until they play dime. Brian, this one coach told me this back in the day when I was an offensive coach, young offensive coach. And he said the best superpower for a defense is being able to play everything in base. Mm-hmm. To be able to play everything in base. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I was just drawing up on the whiteboard or whatever. And he was like, hey, we in base. We can defend that. If you got this, we called it a pistol at the time. It's a 4.25. You got a front side strong safety. The backside safety type guy we called him pistol. He's a linebacker, walk down safety guy, and a one high guy. He said, man, if you got guys that can cover and come up and tackle here, you can be scheme ambiguous. We in cover 4 in base. We in cover 2 in base. We can blitz out of base. We can defend the run out of base. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if Christian Parker, and we don't know nothing about Christian Parker.
Yeah.
We don't know, ladies and gentlemen, put me on solo cam, please. We don't know nothing about Christian Parker. That's why y'all looking at me like that, because you don't know nothing about Christian Parker. He can come out here and be like, hey, man, we're going to play bear all day. We don't know shit. Yeah. But based on what we heard so far, you can put Brian back up. Based on what we know so far, Brian, is that, man, this dude finna play big nickel all day, and we gonna stay in big nickel. They don't take Brian Branch off the field.
No, never do.
They don't take Brian Branch off the field. They don't take Cooper DeJean off the field. They didn't take Nick Emenwari off the field. Yeah. They put him in different places. I think you're gonna need 3 safeties as opposed to 3 corners, and I think that's gonna be your new answer to nickel. Base 3-4 and nickel are going to be your main base formations, and I think you're gonna need the safety nickel more than the traditional. Our guy Rivers, from Duke, like a 5'10" guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a short guy. I'm a like Jordan Lewis and them type guys. I don't think you're gonna see that kind of nickel until you play dime. Because I think for the majority of the time, 75%, you either gonna be in base 4-3 or you gonna be in nickel.
Are there any of these corners that you think could play as like a safety,
like a big nickel?
Yeah. Is there any of these guys that you...
The answer is yes, but if they are, I put them in the safety category.
Yeah.
Keontae Scott from Miami.
Right.
He's a bona fide nickel.
Oh, I've already got him as a safety.
But I put him on my safety board because he look like a safety to me. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a corner like that and you can cover and tackle and all that kind of stuff, more than...
Let me ask you this.
Ramsey plays a bunch of nickel, but I put him in the safety group.
I don't see him play a lot inside.
Who?
Chris Johnson.
Okay.
I mean, you don't see him play. He plays
San Diego State.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he could play in that role of he's kind of he's not a
lengthier,
big he's not a
6 foot 6'1",
exactly,
lengthier,
tackle,
physical,
sure.
But I think they're gonna value.
He's a corner, right?
I think they're gonna value bulk more, like a bigger dude. They're gonna value a bigger dude.
Yeah.
I
just kind of was like to say, okay, I like you. So you're going to address the outside, the edge, that rusher, veteran, inside linebacker, young, safeties, veteran,
yep.
And you're going to find the safety
nickel.
That can play the nickel.
Nickel, it don't even matter, but I do think you're going to need a nickel though.
Yeah.
Dime situations, your safety may play back, somebody might get hurt. So you'll need a nickel. I just think the Cowboys are more than likely would use like a day 3 pick to get the nickel. So I'll say young guy for nickel because I don't think it's going to matter as much.
Yeah. Interesting. I was thinking that you were going to go young at edge. I was thinking you were going to go young at the rusher.
I don't want to.
And maybe the veteran was going to be the inside linebacker.
I think this thing is going to live and die by your pass rushes.
Yeah.
And I want those outside guys to be as savvy as possible.
Right.
Because I think the interior guys are going to be just fine. Yeah. And we just talking about Super Bowl winners, Brian. We just talking about these guys, man. We talking about how Philly did it, how New England did it, how the Chiefs and man, they get pressure in the middle, Brian.
Yeah.
3 techs are the new way. I know we keep talking about pass rushers as edge guys. Mm-hmm. Man, Brian, these Milton Williamses, these Chris Johnsons, these Byron Murphys, or tank rushing in B-gap or something like that. Leonard Williams, Brian, people getting pressure in B-gap, dog.
Yeah.
They getting pressure in B-gap now. So we locked in there. Osa, Kenny, Quentin, we locked in on the inside.
Yeah.
Just give me some veteran dudes on the outside that can eat off that.
Appreciate you, brother.
Bryan Broaddus. Mm-hmm. We got 5 players to talk about today.
Uh-huh.
I'm about to name them, and I want you to rank them, okay?
All right.
Don't even rank them. Just tell me which one's your favorite. Let me look in this list. Because, boy, we've gotten to a point in the process now, Brian. You probably got like 110.
Yeah.
I'm at 91. I'm about 15 people behind you or so, 20 behind you or so, Brian. And I feel like sometimes I get to a point to where, all right, the draft's starting to fall off a little bit.
Sure.
But, man, Brian, I watch a couple people and I go, man, that go a 2 right there.
Yeah.
that go a 3 right there. And I get excited all over again, Brian. Our list for today, ladies and gentlemen, that's next week's list. Our list for today, ladies and gentlemen, wide receiver from Alabama, Jeremy Bernard.
Yeah.
Tight end from Texas, Jack Indries. Offensive tackle from Clemson that we've been watching for 3 years, Blake Miller. Mm-hmm. Safety from Penn State, Zakee Wheatley. And edge from Florida, Tyreek Sapp. I don't know if he's related to Warren. Brian, who's your top ranked player out of those guys right there?
It's the safety from Penn State. Wheatley is who it is. I like Bernard next. I think is where I would be with that. And then you start to kind of go down from that group. But I think the 2 top guys of the homework assignment you gave us for today, I do like Wheatley a lot from Penn State. We'll get into about the range and the tackling ability, the ability to cover and stuff like that. Yeah. I think Bernard is really interesting from Alabama, though, too.
I agree. Those are also my top 2.
Every time I see him catch the ball, I think of you and your run after catch.
Right, runners and guys, Brian. Right. So my top 2 guys, just because we're lockstep here. Yeah. My top 2 guys are Jeremy Bernard and Zakee Wheatley.
Yeah.
I have an archetype conversation I want to have with you about Jack Indries and Miller and Sapp. We'll just get to him when we get to him. Brian, let's start off with Jeremy Bernard.
Okay.
Wide receiver from Alabama. I got a 2 on him.
Okay.
He's my highest rated 2 right now.
Sure.
People, when they go to...
so you have him at the top of the 2nd round.
Yep.
Okay.
When people look at my board, Brian, and y'all can find my board on my Twitter. Go to Twitter, Voch Lombardi. I got the link pinned up there to my board. You can click it and see it. I didn't know this, Brian, but people can actually see my notes, too. They can see what I'm writing down.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Y'all get to see me say cool shit. The first line on my notes for Jeremy Bernard is, this MF are nice.
Yeah.
That's my first line. Mm-hmm. He lines up everywhere, Brian. He also lines up in the backfield as well. Bama finds different ways to deploy him and get him open and things like that. I realize they do that because he does have a problem with press coverage sometimes.
Right.
But it's cool. We'll just move you around the formation. We'll put you in slot. We'll line you up outside, backfield, wing, whatever, and we'll just get it done there. Another thing that Bama does, I think that the team on the next level is going to do, is they motion him a lot.
Yep.
They move him around a lot. I think he has really good hands, Brian. I saw a couple focus drops, a couple terrible focus drops, but you don't see him all the time. I think for the most part, he's catching some strange shit, like some tight window throws, some over the shoulder, readjust to the other side throws, big hit coming, catches it, all this kind of stuff, Brian. I think he gets really nice over the middle of the field, Brian. They like to throw slants to him, some short stuff and get him going. But you really start to see his route running get busy when he goes to the medium routes, when he runs those digs and he's dropping his hips and working to the inside, Brian, or you see the post or the crossing stuff that he's doing. If he's running like corners, he's going to leverage you inside first, then
smart guy,
and then work the corner to the outside. So I see nuance in his route running. Bama doesn't always feature it because of his superpower. They want to get him the ball quickly and let him run away from people. The last line on this thing is yak man. That's the last line on this thing because they can't tackle him, Brian.
Yeah.
If they do tackle him, it ain't the first guy. And if it's the first guy, you got to twist him around before he gets an additional 3 or 4 yards, Brian. You know what I'm saying? My only knocks on him is I don't know how fast he's going to run.
That's going to be the question.
But, Brian, I don't care. What I always say.
I know.
My favorite receivers run 4.5s.
I know you do.
I saw Bucky Brooks tweet this morning. And I ain't going to pat myself on the back. Y'all know me. But he was like, speed is overrated. It's more about route running and hands.
High football IQ guy.
High IQ, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But Jeremy Bernard is a dude that's going to fall in the process because I don't know what is measurable. Like, people are
Scouts are worried he's not going to run.
People are going to favor Tate a lot more because you can see it in them.
Sure.
And Brian, we're gonna have a conversation about Boston as well. Because the more players I watch, the more I kind of drop him down a little bit.
Sure.
But Brian, I got Bernard at the top of my second.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? At the top of the second. If the Cowboys had a pick at 35, 34, and we needed a receiver this year, I think Bernard's a dude that can step in and play right now. I don't know how much better he's gonna get. He's high floor guy right now, but he's route runner, great catcher, smart guy, navigate zone and yak guy right now. Yeah. I like him a ton, Brian. What you think about Jeremy?
Yeah, I tell you what, I like what you did there about with the player and where you have him. I do have Tate, Boston, and Concepcion above him. I really do like Bell from Louisville, and it's a shame that Bell's got the torn ACL. But this player is better than others we have. We've talked about Cooper and Surratt, both those players from Indiana. So I have him. Zach Wolchuk this morning, again on Love of the Star, asked me, who is your pet cat type of a player that you really, really like? I mentioned Concepcion, but this guy is right in that same kind of category with him. I think you got this player absolutely right about him. The question again is what's going to happen is that, and I was talking to a scout this weekend about him who goes through Alabama, and I said, "Hey, this Bernard, what are you kind of worried about the most? Is there something you're concerned about?" And he goes, "We're concerned about the speed."
Yeah,
there's some concerns about the speed, but he also said, he goes, "Listen, this guy's a very smart player. Everything you talked about, the way he leverage, the way he runs the routes, the way he works the middle of the field, all those things make him a very, very inviting player." I know you have him at the top of the second. I have him again behind Tate, Ohio State, Boston from Washington, Concepcion from Texas A&M, and right ahead of Bell from Louisville.
I got a lot of guys in my twos, Brian.
Yeah.
I got a lot of wide receivers in my twos. Bernard, Surratt, Concepcion, Cooper, Bell, Boston. Should some of these guys be threes? Are we high on them, or is this just a really good year for like this complimentary wide receiver two?
I had more questions going in. I had questions about if you asked me of how the stack looks. Bernard, Cooper, Surratt, those guys to me, that's kind of we're talking about 127, 128, 129 more bottom of the second round than more in the third round is where I would think that if you had. But I hope the guy runs. When I was watching the tape, that's why I wanted to know if I asked my guy, "Hey, do you have a legitimate time on this guy?" He says he's a 4.5 guy, Brian, is what he is. I go, well, why does he play faster than that? Why does he play? Sure. Why does he play with more? You see him catch the ball and get north-south in a hurry. I mean, in a hurry.
No delay.
There's no delay. It is catch it and go.
Yeah.
And so that's I think is something you really, really have to like about this particular player. But if you had to say guys that in my mind that might be closer to third round guys, this guy, Cooper, and the two Indiana kids, Cooper and Surratt, would be bottom of the second, maybe guys that should be third round players in real life.
Yeah. Man, Brian, I hate watching safety, right?
I know you do.
Can't stand watching safety. Somebody said somebody must got Voch at gunpoint because he watching safety. I'm licensed in 32 states. Nobody had never had me at gun, but I feel you. Bryan, I've been impressed with these safeties this year, and I normally hate them.
Yep. Hard position to do.
Zakee Wheatley was the guy that I was waiting on, Bryan.
Yeah.
He was the guy that I was waiting on. You want to know why, Bryan? A lot of these safeties have increased their profile because of the work that they do in the nickel.
Mm-hmm.
They can man cover, all this kind of stuff. Shouts out to him, Bryan. But Bryan, let me tell you what really separates Wheatley from the rest of these guys. I got him in the twos.
Yep.
And I'm going to leave him in the twos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm debating whether I have him higher than McNeil Warren.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be the thing that separates him. Wheatley can run.
He can.
He's going to fly. I think he's going to outrun all these guys for real.
Mm-hmm.
But Bryan, it's something about range.
Yeah.
When I see range and smarts from a safety, I'm automatically bumping you up the board.
Yeah.
Day 3 ain't for rangy safeties. Day 3 is for them box cats that just play the run. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They come up and run support, and that's all they do, Bryan. But when you see a guy with some true range, I tweeted about him. Man, whenever you can line up on a hash, read what's going on, cheat a little bit, and then haul ass to the other side of the field outside the hashes, Bryan, that's a special play.
Yeah.
You know how when you watch corners and you automatically give them a boost if they carry across the field?
Inside routes, yep.
Carrying inside routes is an automatic boost for you.
That's a roundup in my book sometimes.
Bryan, when I see a safety with some real range, not just I'm playing the robber and I made a play 10 steps ahead of me. Go look at the tweet that I put out, y'all. Real range. That's special to me. I may have Wheatley higher than McNeil Warren because I don't think McNeil Warren can do that. But I do think Wheatley can come up man cover and play versus the run like Warren can.
Sure.
So I think I'm going to put Wheatley ahead of him. Bryan, what's your report on the safety from Penn State, Zakee Wheatley?
Yeah, you could put him in coverage situations and he's not going to let you down.
Yeah.
This is what this kid does. You talk about, you look at the metrics, and I think that Voch, I think you painted a very accurate picture of him and his ability. 6'3", 201 pounds. This guy looks the part back there. I mean, he clearly, when you watch him stand up and then he's having to come play down, or he's having to go over in the slot, or he's having to play back, or they're playing on 2 guys on the hash and he's standing there covering guys and doing stuff safety-wise there. This guy tackles very well. He covers well. The one thing you need to know about this kid is, though, he hadn't had 1 penalty called against him in his career.
That's fire.
So when you start to talk about how many times have we thought about like a corner or safety playing on a tight end or playing against the back, or getting a legal contact penalty or a holding penalty or getting there early, pass interference. This guy in 4 years didn't have 1 penalty called on him that way. That tells you a lot about him as a player. The ball skills are really, really good. You could see him when the ball goes to the outside and all of a sudden he's having to get rid of blockers. That's what he does. He will come up, he'll get rid of guys, and then he will get in on the play, though. I really do like this kid a lot. I have him in that range that we're talking about with Thieneman, McNeil Warren. I think with McNeil Warren, and this is the debate too, is should he be above of McNeil Warren, just the way that he plays. And there's absolutely an argument to do that. There's things with McNeil Warren you're going to like. You're going to like how tall he is. You're going to like how he's able to open his hips and go. You're going to like him coming down. I think I saw Wheatley playing in more coverage situations than even McNeil Warren did. Yeah. So to me, maybe that's why you have him above. But this guy is a hell of a football player. So I think the group of safeties overall, there's a history, Voch, where we've seen certain positions have run on them in certain rounds. Yep. Second round, remember how we used to see second round running backs just run. We've always seen that kind of group. Safeties is going to be this group. It's going to start probably in the late first round, and it's going to go into the second round. But there's going to be a run on guys like this. He's a hell of a football player.
We knock safety sometimes because we don't see them actually like cover people for real. It was plenty times where I see some team line up in like trips.
Yep.
and Wheeler just run over there as a trips corner cover guy and just man cover the most inside guy, Brian. So I mean, man, he does it all. And I know that McNeil Warren is the more popular name right now.
Right.
And I'm seeing him going higher in these drafts here. But if you ask Voch, remember last year, Brian, what's my man's from
You're gonna ask me to remember somebody?
Pardon me. From Texas. He with the Eagles now. Andrew Makuba.
That name I can remember.
Some about these rangy guys, Brian. They always end up working. You know what I'm saying? I think Wheatley's going to be a guy like that, and I feel good putting him in the second where I have him. Over McNeil Warren. All right, let's start to tear these guys down a little bit. Yeah, man. Look, we had a good run, Brian.
Yeah, we did have a good run.
Ryan, let's go with Blake Miller, the offensive tackle from Clemson.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought about Blake Miller, I've been, it's a joke. We've been watching for a while, but when I took a look at him this time, Brian, the first thing I will say is he's much improved than he was the past couple of years.
Yeah.
But I think he still got some of the same issues, though. I think his technique has improved over time.
Yes.
Like he's, the hands and, the landmarks and the kick set. He's learned some new tricks. If he's outside zone block, he knows how to. Like he's gotten better at getting to the lead shoulder now. Getting his head across, like small technique things like that. I think he's a really good athlete, Brian. Still moves really, really well. I even see him get kind of aggressive on some of these down blocks. He wasn't all that aggressive a couple years ago, Brian.
No, it really wasn't.
But he's gotten a little more, a little more feisty with his. So I can respect that a little bit. I'll save that for later. He's always in decent position.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tear him down a little bit later.
Yeah.
But as far as getting in position, like the travel part of it, he has a decent job of getting in position. If he's going to play for a team, it's probably going to be like an outside zone type team.
Got to be, yeah.
Where he's going to like loop guys, pin and pull, get out in open space, reach and things like that. I think it's going to be good though, Brian. But where he still has issues from the previous year of me watching him, I don't think he's all that powerful. I think sometimes these guys they'll get to him and kind of push him back a little bit. And as good as he is athletically, these bendy rushers will still get around him sometimes.
They will.
You know what I mean? So his technique is still inconsistent with that. It's much better than what it once was. Because back in the day they'll just run past him.
They'll run right by him.
You know what I'm saying? Now they'll get to the back hip and he just needs to just get your post foot out a little bit more. Get your you should see the inside move coming better.
Right.
He still got to work on that a little bit, Brian. I could see what teams would see in him. A good moving guy. I don't know what his arm length's going to look like, but he looks decent physically, Brian. But some of the technique things need to be cleaned up. They need to be refined. He's way too good of an athlete to not deal with outside pressure better.
Yeah.
And look, it's not just guys bull rushing him outside, right? Sometimes just guys ripping to the outside. He should deal with that better. And Clemson, They play some good competition, but it's not like he's going against first and second round picks every week. You know what I'm saying? That's another offense tackle, Caden Proctor. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But it's like, man, I kind of just wanted you to be a little better. Now, Brian, I've seen some boards, some mocks where they got Blake Miller way up in the twos.
Sure do.
That's rough for me.
Yep.
I saw somebody even mock draft him late first.
Yep.
A lot for me, Brian.
Yep.
I feel decent putting him in the third. Decent. He's probably really a 4.
I put him in the 4th.
But this is my problem, Brian. Look, this is my problem. And look, I don't mind putting him in the 4.
Yeah.
But I got to bump somebody else down.
Yeah.
I got Caleb Tiernan in the 4th, and I got Isaiah World in the 5. I think he's better than them.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
I think he's better than them.
Yeah.
I'm putting him in the 4. I still got a lot of issues with him, Brian. Power and technique, consistency, things like that.
Yeah.
I just want to see more of a mean streak from him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But those are my gripes, Brian. Please go ahead. Blake Miller, Clemson.
No, I absolutely see where you're going here with this, and and I agree with you on this guy hadn't missed a start in his career. I mean, he's played his whole entire career at Clemson. Seems like he's played, as you mentioned, seems like he's played 12 years at Clemson, but there is position flex with him as far as his flexibility for the position. I think this is a really kind of a nimble guy, the way he moves. But he can be off balance. And he really does a nice job of recovering because they'll knock him off balance. They'll pull him out of position and then he'll manage to jump back into position. But he could get out of his stance. He could play with the angles. Generally, he's in a good football position in order to take on the rusher. To be honest with you, Voch, and maybe I don't know if you saw this or not, I thought the wider the rusher, the better he played because it just let him.
Because it gave him a little time.
It just gave him time to push the guy past because of the athletic ability. But there's times his hand placement gets really wide and outside the framework of the body, pad level gets a little high at times. He tries to muscle people and he really can't muscle people. He's going to try and finish in the run game. He's looking for that second block when he gets in space. He does need to play with a team that uses the zone blocking concepts. He's not going to power anybody. He's going to, anything he could do athletically is going to be a real plus for him. So I had him in the fourth round myself. I have my problems with my offensive tackles that aren't very powerful. And so I got him down there. I think you're absolutely right about with what we've seen from him, Tiernan from Northwestern. You mentioned Isaiah World from Oregon. Those guys are all behind this particular player.
Damn, boy. Why they keep trying to hype him and LT Overton up every year, man? They keep putting them dudes up there in the top 20 and 30, man. I got them dudes way down, my boy. I don't know. Brian, what you think about? Let me ask you this: what position does Tyreek Sapp play, and what do you think of him? Like, what's your report on him? He's the defensive lineman, we'll call him from Florida.
They're just stacked in there. That third round, they're all just stacked in there. I wasn't going to add another guy. I was trying to determine, is Sapp better than Overton or Dennis Sutton or Yakis Moore? I couldn't get him into that. I even couldn't get him into that group. I've got him down in the fourth round. I have him as an edge. He might be a guy as I'm working through the draft that all of a sudden there's guys that slide. And he very much could be that type of guy that when it's all said and done, in the third round, and next thing I know, I look up, he's in the fifth round. But let me get you to my notes on that. You're right about where to play. I was watching him in the Texas A&M game. I was watching him in the Georgia game. I said this to start off with, Voch. I said, is this another one of those defensive linemen who you wonder if the scheme really hurts them as a player?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I went back and watched some of the stuff from the Senior Bowl just to see if being two-gap guy and not really getting – but you could see in the Senior Bowl he still plays, even though they're asking him to get up the field, he still plays with that hesitancy. Yeah. I hope I'm using the right word there, but he usually plays I think he's a true defensive end, but he'll play reduced. And I mean reduced, he'll play inside the tight end, he'll play inside the tackle. He plays in a 4-point stance. His hands go inside. He works to control the blocker, the hand placement, the control, everything's but he's like a 5-technique two-gapper. And so you're like, okay, first step, quickness is marginal at best. Is that because of the scheme? But you watch him in the Senior Bowl, it doesn't look like he's really coming off the ball there either. Yeah. So I don't think his stance really helps him as a pass rusher. I think it's just hard for him to get a lot of pressure on the blocker. He's not a twitchy guy. He doesn't change directions all that well. I wonder if he might be a defensive tackle. The 6'3", 272. I just don't see explosive guy on the edge. He had 8 sacks in 24, but 2 sacks in 25. My last line of my thing is I'm really not sure where to play this guy. Yeah. So last line of my notes. So I have him buried in the fourth round. It's probably unfortunate to him, but I wonder if he's one of these guys. Tarek Sapp, Florida. I wonder if the scheme at Florida hurt his ability as a defensive lineman, because as this current form of how he's playing, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. If you're expecting a twitchy, attack the edge kind of a guy, this guy's not one of those.
Brian, I think he did a decent job versus the run.
Yeah.
stacking and shedding, punching, extending,
Yeah.
two gapping a little bit. But I think that's kind of where it ended for me.
Yeah.
Brian, I think he's either gonna be like an odd front end,
Yeah.
playing 5 or like 4-eye,
Head up, extend, look,
Yeah.
find the ball. Yeah.
or he's gonna be like an even front 3-tech.
Yeah.
I'm very curious what he would look like if he was trained to get upfield. I feel like he's athletic, Brian. Combine's coming up, we'll find out. But you're right. A lot of his job was kind of reacting, and his feet weren't always moving. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? I wonder if you take him and make him attack, what would that look like? Unfortunately, I don't know what that looks like.
I don't know what it looks like either right
So
now.
I could just go based on what I see, Brian, and I just see a guy that stands guys up pretty well. He has decent vision finding the running back. You know, like if he's stacking and shit, he'll find the run. He'll go over there. But as of how it's currently constructed, he's a 2-down player.
Yeah.
For me, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a good feel for when Florida decides to put him in B gap or line him up outside in T gap, Brian, because sometimes it's run down, sometimes it's not. You know what I mean? You would think, because the normal rule is if you play edge on first and second, you rush from B gap. And sometimes he's playing a running B gap, or he's rushing from the 5 or the 7. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird. He doesn't seem to have issues with awareness, but I'm more concerned about his ability to get off blocks.
Yeah.
I do think he'll get stuck on blocks sometimes. As a pass rusher, Brian, he's bona fide run down the middle of you guy. Mm-hmm. He's run down the middle guy. He doesn't really have a
I don't think
plan.
his stance helps him. I know I said this, that 4-point stance that he plays in, trying to rush. And
doing
then,
the Mozzie thing.
yeah, but in the Senior Bowl, you saw kind of a little bit wider
Stagger
technique,
stance,
and then but like you said, he's going down, running down the middle of guys.
Yeah. So, Brian, how I kind of got it laid out here, I didn't want to put him in the 3s because I think all those guys do something noticeably well.
Mm-hmm.
At the top of my 4th round, guys, I got Gabe Jacques.
Yeah.
I got Danny Dennis Smith as my 2nd, 4th round guy, and I got Sapp after him.
I need to separate all those guys. They're stacked in there too much, and I'm like, okay, those guys are all 4th round players. Everybody you mentioned right there's a 4th round player.
Yeah, what I might do is add a piece to my board for the outside rusher guys versus the hand down kind of guys. I mean, you can keep them all the same because they're probably going to do both on the next level or whatever, Brian. But Sapp, man, Sapp could be a guy that's good in 4 years if he goes to the right system. Mm-hmm. I just can't vouch for that because I can't see it right now.
I can't see it right now either. I do not have a very good vision for this player at all.
And it could be coaching at Florida because Caleb Banks.
That's exactly what I said.
Because Caleb Banks don't know what the fuck to do neither.
That's what I was wondering. I wonder if the scheme is kind of hurting these guys, the evaluation. Maybe I'm looking for an explosive up the field guy. He did have the 8 sacks. Okay, Brian, get on your horse and go back in 2024 and look at some tape and see why. Yeah. But this current player, the way he is built more for that 3-4, just play the run, occasional pass rush guy. This is not some of the edge rushers that we're talking about at the top of this board, like the Messidors, the Howells, the Heights, the Mason Thomas guys. This is not.
You have him in the 4?
Yeah, I do have him in the 4th.
Let me ask you this: is he a 5 for real?
5th round guy?
Yeah. Let me ask you this.
I'll tell you what I did. You mentioned about being a coward.
Yep.
And I'm not window dressing this thing, but in my heart, I was trying to figure him out, and I put him in the 4th round to hopefully figure him out. And I'm going to say what's going to happen is he's going to drop to the 5th. If I don't figure it out, I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to put this guy right here, and because there is some ability to play against the run and things like that, and the body type, he's a good-looking kid. But I put him in the 4th I'm not sure what he is. Is he a 3rd or is he a 5th? The 4th, I think somebody will have some vision for him as a player, but I don't have it right now. And I didn't want to bury the kid because I wanted to circle back and see if I could learn about the kid some more.
Let me ask you this. Sapp or the tight end Michael Trigg from Baylor?
See, now I'm hearing things about Trigg as far as, and not a character thing, but I'm hearing that maybe it's not always real important to him.
Okay.
So Sapp or Trigg, just on ability, I take Trigg.
Sapp or Dominic Orange?
Yeah,
Iowa State.
I take Orange.
Sapp or Torian York from A&M?
I will take. I'll take York.
Sapp or Nick Singleton, running back Penn State?
I'll take Singleton, running back Penn State.
Sapp or Caleb Tiernan, the tackle from Northwestern?
I'll take the tackle from Northwestern.
Damn, okay, one more. Sapp or what about our guard from Georgia Tech, Rutledge?
I'll take Rutledge.
So you got
you named all your fourth round guys, didn't you?
So you got like a 149 on Sapp.
It's borderline. See, this is the problem. This is the problem that scouts run into every day. Is you don't have a clear picture of who the player is.
Yeah.
And I don't. I have my doubts that that's why I asked the scheme question.
Yeah.
I don't know this player. I don't have a feel for this player, what he is or what he could be. And I put him in the fourth to hold him until I figured him out. I could very well see me figuring him out and him being in the fifth round. But I know one thing. Yeah. Yakis, Dennis Sutton, Overton.
I got them over.
Too high.
Yeah.
Too high.
You have them too high?
I have those guys probably too high.
Too high?
Yeah.
They're really fives to you?
Well, I have them in the third.
Okay. See, I got fours on.
You already got four. See, I think
Yakis and Dennis Smith, I got in the fours.
The more you look at this group, the more you're right about those guys.
Yeah.
Because I look at 8 third-round guys and like, damn, Brian, that's not the case.
In terms of
I could put more in that group from Michigan as well.
In terms of like the bigger non-bendy guys,
yeah,
the only 2 I got in the third is Zion Young, from Missouri, and Lucas. I got Lucas
USC.
up there, USC.
Yeah.
Besides them,
where did you put Joseph from Tennessee? The second round?
I got him at the end of the third.
End of the third.
See, I wanted to keep him and Moore together,
right?
Because they're potential to be, good pass rushers.
Right.
Maybe don't have the technique right now, but they got the athleticism or whatever. So I'm keeping them together. But Yakis, Dennis Smith, and then I got Sapp. I got them in the fourth. Overton in the five.
See, the thing with Overton also goes into this category.
He ain't good to me neither.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Overton goes into this category where you're like, why am I trying to figure this out? Why is this guy not showing me? Dennis Sutton from Penn State, kind of similar type of things as well.
Yeah. At least I think Sapp good versus the run. Overton ain't doing nothing out there. He ain't doing shit. Yeah. Brian, let me tell you about an archetype I don't like.
Okay.
Could be trauma.
Could be trauma.
Me, you, Jake. Chris was up here talking about it earlier, Brian. One of my
Chris around with us today.
Shouts out to him, man. One of my archetypes, Brian, like the run past you guy, I have a problem. the big or the tackle that don't know how to play D tackle.
Yeah.
The offensive lineman, what I'm saying, that's big as hell, but you ain't powerful. It's certain archetypes I can't stand.
Sure.
So I'm looking at my guy injuries, right?
Yeah.
Is it Jack injuries? It ain't Jack, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It's Jack injuries. Cool.
Yeah.
Brian, I have a hard time with the upside to be receiver tight end guys. He's a good athlete, doesn't get a ton of production. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He don't got a whole bunch of catches under his name, but you can see how he moves around a little bit. Kind of rough as a route runner, but you can see him flying. You know what I mean? He don't got drops, but he only got 30 catches types. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Brian, I have a hard time with projecting tight ends to improve as receivers. You know what I'm saying? I think Jack injuries, I do think he's a pretty decent blocker though. I think he puts a lot of effort into block. I don't think he's great at it.
No.
But he's a very willing blocker.
He is very willing.
Man, Brian, man, I know he can run, dog, but I just want to see my tight ends produce a lot more. I want to see
you think that's Texas' fault?
Yeah, because our guy last year was like that. What our guy last year? We definitely not remember his damn name. But Brian, I wanted to see more from him.
Yeah.
I wanted to see more catches from him, more situations from him. I wanted to see, could he jump over somebody? You know, how savvy is he as a route runner? I saw him make a bunch of simple catches. He only got 30 catches on the year. I wanted to see him expand his portfolio a little bit.
You think this guy? You said he's an athlete, right?
I think he can run around a little bit. The first line in my notes is can run around a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's like. See, look, Brian. It's like when you watch Stowers
Yeah.
from Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
He's clearly a receiver right now.
Right.
He's ready to be a receiver right now.
Yeah.
I think Trigg is he don't like football allegedly.
Well, the thing, yeah,
Allegedly.
yeah. There's,
But-
there's starting to you start to with Trigg is like there's people whispering about him at Baylor, which is unfortunate.
But Brian, it's like, all right, Jack Andrews. Yeah. I think a lot of what tight end is that, man, you kind of get carried by your quarterback anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of tight end depends on who your quarterback is. And I just didn't see Jack Andrews separate himself from his quarterback. You remember Brock Bowers, Brian?
Yeah.
Hawkinson?
Yeah.
All the Iowa tight ends, really. Those guys separated themselves from the quarterback play. I saw more than just the quarterback threw you the ball here. Yeah. Jack Andrews is a dude that catches passes and he has athletic upside. That's what I think he is. So I don't know where to put him. I got him in the 4th behind Trigg and Jolly. But Schoonmaker was a guy that was like that, yeah. Which is why I'm upset, Brian. Because they were like, hey, man, Schoonmaker, he got some upside to be a receiver, Brian. He can teach him how to be a receiver. And I'm like, I don't know about all that. Brian, what you think about injuries, Brian?
I have him in the 4th.
I got him in the 4th as well.
I have a top of the 4th. Stowers, Vanderbilt, Claire, who we'll get to from Ohio State, Jolly, who we did the other day at North Carolina State. They got those guys in the 3rd round, and then I dropped down into the 4th round with that. So this is a guy in the way of he's 6'4", he's 236 is what we're working. Uh-huh. He's a transfer from California, from the Bears, Golden Bears. And you will see him play fullback, you'll see him play H, you'll see him play wing, you'll see him play slot. You'll
not catch the ball.
You'll see him play outside receiver.
Just line up there.
It's rare that he lines up as a true inline Y. Yeah. He's a much better player when he can play on the move as a blocker. He's going to be more of a tie-up guy than drive this guy off the ball. He can get movement when he's able to run with his man as opposed to sticking his nose into the action. I do feel like he moves pretty well for the position. I've seen him on the wheel routes, the crossing routes. This guy could play kind of down the field. I thought he caught the ball well for the position. Yeah. He can make the receptions with defenders on his back. That was the stuff that's kind of underneath for him. I like this hand-eye coordination for those kinds of things. So he could find the open spots, adjust to his routes to turn short gains in the long ones. You'll see him, he'll catch the ball and he'll break a tackle and then go a little bit further down. I don't think he's the most physically gifted blocker. I said that. I think he makes do with what he has. He's just kind of one of those guys that I wonder are they going to put more weight on him? Mm-hmm. But the fact that he plays all those different positions, I think some offensive coordinator is going to look at him and say, wow, okay, I can line him up here. I can line him up here. I can throw him a wheel route. I can, do this, that, and the other. Yeah. I have him in the 4th round as well. I would not be surprised if he went much higher than that, though.
I'd be shocked. Much higher? If you went
round, 3rd round higher.
Man, Brian,
I know what you're saying. But I have a feeling some offensive coordinator is going to say, wow, look at all the things. Yeah. So people are going to go in there. People are going to go to Texas, and they're going to go work this guy out. And Coach Sarkisian is going to tell them all the things that they can do with this guy. Oh, really? Yeah, Coach. Yeah, we've seen it on tape. Yeah, you line him up as the H. You line him up as the wing. Yeah, you line him up. He's going to go higher than where I think you and I have him, would be my guess.
Well, they'll just be wrong. It's fine. Teams suck at drafting all the time, Brian. Because look, I mean,
I'm not trying to make you feel
tight ends are look, because watch this.
Yeah.
Because Colston Loveland got drafted higher than Warren.
Yeah.
Because of projection.
Because somebody wanted the.
And Warren had a much better year. Look, what's the name made some plays, but Warren was the guy. Warren's next up in tight end land. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
I don't know, Brian. If you had to rank these guys, you said you had Bernard high. I mean, you had Wheatley first, then Bernard.
Yeah.
What's the order for your next 3?
The next 3 would be then I would probably go with the tight end. Mm-hmm. I would go with Miller, and then I would go with Sapp. And I think you would probably go Miller, Sapp, tight end. That would be my guess for you.
Yeah, about yeah. That's about right. Yeah. I would go Wheatley. So yeah, we got it. Yeah. Wheatley, Bernard, Miller, tight end, Sapp. Yeah. Interesting day, Brian.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'll tell you what is hard.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's hard is that when you don't have a feel for the player,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, man, I could spend 3 hours doing this, or
Yeah.
And the thing with Sapp, I will say this. I learned that I probably have Yakis, Dennis Sutton, Overton, and those guys too high.
I got foes on them.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about
I got foes on. I got a 5 on Overton because he can't play, but I got foes on. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a long episode, but y'all ain't doing nothing else. Mondays might be like this, you know what I'm saying? Or if we have a guest on Monday, we'll talk to them first and then break down 5 players. Mondays will be longer days for us because we don't have no other. You ain't got Stack, I ain't got nothing else. So be prepared for Mondays to be a little lengthy, but we appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. CrownGlobalMedia.com, that's where everything is. That's where if you're looking for a link, hey Voch, where do I find? Yeah. It's on CrownGlobalMedia.com.
Absolutely.
All the merch, man. Bro, I love this. Yeah. Please, can y'all put it on one, please? The damn a draft notebook.
Yeah, see, to me, that's what I was trying to explain with before when you were born. Yeah, we used to take notes
in '92. Yeah,
we used to take notes.
I still take notes.
Yeah,
I go through large notebooks just writing down. Scribbling. Yeah,
I have every note I've ever had since 1992 about players in my in storage. I got them all boxed away. So one day I'm going to break it all out. But yeah, I mean that's what we used to do. We used to write all this stuff down, and that's what you had to do. We didn't have the computers to do all this, but I'm glad we have some notebooks up and folks can give it a look if they want.
This is my first year using a computer, and that's because Crown paid for it. But I appreciate y'all. But I'm memory and
you have people that believe in you. That's why we bought you one.
I appreciate all y'all believing in me. You know what I'm saying? But CrownGlobalMedia.com, the link to all the other shows up there, the merch is up there, social media
clips links. Too. We got our clips, and then also do all our stuff on Spotify and all the other platforms for the audio and stuff if you want that too. So we're a one-stop shop right now.
Yep. Voch, where can I find?
Yeah.
CrownGlobalMedia.com. Yeah. He is Crown Global Media on Twitter until he gets his page back. If he gets it back. And I'm Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. You can come. I'm talking on Twitter right now, so come find me. All right. Tomorrow, me and Brian gonna ask each other some questions.
Got some questions for you.
And we'll have another batch of players for us to watch on Wednesday. We love y'all to pieces. Till next time. Crown.